Hello there, everybody. This is Big Polly coming to you, and today it's another installment of HTFL Football, the Hometown Football League. Today we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Atlanta to play the Atlanta Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Arena. Whew. For a moment there, I thought I hit the auto button and that game would have been lost forever. Sorry about that, folks. We're indoors at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 68 degrees. Calm wind, no wind of course indoors, and no precipitation. Atlanta won the toss, will receive. Quarterbacks are going to be Peyton Manning for Indianapolis and Matt Ryan for Atlanta. Tony Dungy on the sidelines for the Colts, and Dan Reeves doing likewise for the Falcons. We have Dwight back deep for the Colts, who will be wearing dark uniforms to Indianapolis's white uniforms.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
Kickoff was taken to the 34, but a holding penalty on Marcus Trufant moves them back to the 20. Setting up the offense for Atlanta for you, it's Andrews and Pegram at running back, Jones and White, wide receivers, Mitchell at tight end, Ryan your quarterback. Ken, Freilich, Van Note, Fielman, and Coons are your starting offensive linemen. We're going to give it to William Andrews, trapped to the right. A gain of 2, Mathis on the stop for the Colts, who come out with a starting lineup as follows. Freeney, Mathis, Saragusa, and Brock are going to be your front four, Freeney and Mathis being the defensive ends. Bickett, Freeman, Washington, your linebackers. Buchanan and Daniel, your corners. Bethea and Adams are your safeties. We'll go to Julio Jones here on a medium slant. Throws incomplete. Drilled by Daniel. And it's down 3rd and 8. We'll go to Andre Rison, medium out. And that's incomplete. Saragusa is out for the game. They'll bring Johnson in to replace him, Ellis Johnson from Florida. And the Falcons have to punt already. Here's Bosher back deep for the punt. And that is Wilkins
receiving team
with a return of 9 yards, but a holding penalty will bring back on Bethea. So the Falcons, with the penalty, push Indianapolis back to their own 25, where they will start for the first time. Here's your lineup for the Colts. Falk and Johnson, Marshall Falk and Johnson will be your running backs. Harrison and Wayne, your wideouts. Dallas Clark at tight end. Peyton Manning, of course, the quarterback. Hinson, Lilia, Saturday, Solt, and Glenn will be your starting offensive line. 1st and 10 at the 25. Manning throws it underneath to Falk. He gains 6. Brookings on the stop. Brooking, singular, not plural. For the Falcons, and their defensive lineup is going to be Humphrey and Kearney at defensive end, Hall and Jarrett at the defensive tackle spots, Brooking, Tuggle, Richardson, your linebackers, Deion Sanders and Grimes, your cornerbacks, Brown and Case will be your safeties. 2nd and 4, a ball at the 31. Here's Falk again, and this time he rushes for 8 yards before Brooking could get it to him. 1st and 10 at the 39. Manning looking for Falk, this time incomplete. T.Y. Hilton will enter the game as a 3rd wideout. On this play, a 2nd and 10 from the 39. That's caught by Dallas Clark at the 47. A gain of 14 yards. Peyton Manning. See how he did last week, if that'll show. He had a 332-yard game, 4 interceptions, but 4 touchdowns. Sounds exciting. 1st and 10, ball at the 47 of the Falcons. That's caught by Dallas Clark for 13. And it's now 1st and 10 and at the 34. Manning again. Clark again, 24 yards. At the 24-yard line, it was complete, a gain of 10. 1st and 10, ball to 24. Manning A lot of time and a lot of protection. He gains 11 yards when he dumped it off to Johnson. They're now at the 13 of Atlanta, 1st and 10. This time an incomplete pass. Didn't see who he was looking for, but it was incomplete. Kearney got to Manning a moment too late, and it was tipped by Brown. And will now be a 2nd and 10 from the 13. And that's a touchdown from Marshall Faulk. Dumped it underneath the Faulk, and Faulk ran around defenders and got the score. So it's 6-0 Colts. And it's good, the extra point, good by Vanderjack. 7-0 now Indianapolis, who look. The winner of this game will be 2nd place in the Upper South Division with a 2-1 record. Unless we have a tie, then both teams will each have a win, a loss, and a tie, and will be tied for 2nd. Here's Dwight back deep for the Falcons. Taken just in front of the goal line, and he moves it to the 30 for a return of 27 yards. We'll go Andrews, and we will trap it right. Sounds like a Rolling Stones song. And nothing there. Mathis on the stop. I see a window, and I want to trap it right. Okay. Enough fooling around. 2nd and 10, ball at the 30. We'll go medium slant to Julio Jones. Freeman with the sack on Ryan. And the Falcons can't get anything going here early on. It's 3rd and 16. They will have to go with a plus route. And we'll look for Andre Rison. And that's caught, but it's going to be short of the first. Buchanan makes the stop at 37. Call it the 36, actually, and it will be a 4th down and 4. Bring out the punting team. Here's Bosher again. Nice punt of 52 yards. Wilkins caught it at the 12, moved out to the 20. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Colts from there. Here's Peyton Manning. He's 6 for 8 already in this game. 67 yards and a touchdown. That's a 6-yard gain to Faulk and Humphrey, Claude Humphrey, there to knock him down. Let's take a look at Claude Humphrey. He was out of Tennessee State. 1973, played on those early 70s Falcons teams. And no stats on him from the game last week. 2nd and 4 now, the 26. This time it was a give to Johnson, no gain. Now a 3rd and 4 from the 26. Quick pass, looking for Wayne, incomplete. So out comes the punting unit for the first time for the Colts. We'll set up for a normal return. A nice return of 9 yards by Dwight McAfee, who, of course, many of you hear and see as a morning talk show host on YouTube and on one of the network radio outlets. Punted that ball, and he punted it for 41 yards. We'll give to Andrews again, off tackle right, and try to establish a running game. And this is a nice gain for Andrews, 18 yards before Adams could get to him. Ball now at the 40, a 1st and 10. Same play, off tackle right, and it's 6 yards. So Dan Reeves spotted something there. We'll take a look at Andrews real fast. 18 for 60. Rushing the ball against Las Vegas last week. 2 catches for 15. Ball to 34 for a 2nd and 4. We'll go to White, Roddy White, and we'll go long hitch. And right through his hands. White had a finger on it, but just couldn't bring it in. 3rd and 4 now. We'll go Andrews, screen, and he was good out of the backfield in the early 80s for those Falcons teams, coached by Lehman Bennett. And that's a gain of 10 yards. Freeman makes the stop for the Colts. We'll look for Rison here on a medium slant, 1st and 10. And that's a nice gain, 14 yards, but a marker down.
Illegal contact, defense.
It'll be declined.
Number 34, 5-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Buchanan called for illegal contact. And it's a first and goal from the 10. We'll go Andrews off tackle right. Little bit of a head of steam, 3-yard gain. Mathis again on the stop. Let's take a look at Mathis while I'm thinking about it. He's out of Alabama A&M, a fine college football school that plays in the championship subdivision. They don't play major college football, but a traditional powerhouse in the lower part of Division One football. He made 3 tackles last week against Cincinnati in the shootout there. We'll go to Pegram off tackle right on the second and goal play from the 7, and he gets 2. We'll go to Andrews again, short pass, third and goal. And he's got a touchdown. So Andrews cuts it to a 7-6 game with a point after to come, and it's there. Bryant puts it through. We're dead even now, 7-7 with 1:13 left in the first quarter. Wilkins back deep, and he takes it out 2-29 after the kick from Bryant. Matt Bryant. I want to say Chris Bryant, but Chris Bryant plays with the Chicago Cubs, of course. First and 10, ball to 29. Give us to Falk, and Falk with a nice hole, 11 yards. Brown makes the stop. Could be the last play of the first quarter coming up. First and 10 from the 40. That's a throw and a catch, and it's 6. Marvin Harrison goes all the way, and it wasn't the last play of the quarter because we have 1 second left. Here's the point after. It's good, and it's 14-7. Indianapolis comes right back with a 2-play drive, and they have now taken the lead again. Here's Timmy Dwight, and he's a guy with his returning skills who could score quickly himself, and he's out to the 35, a 32-yard gain. So we go to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Colts 14, Falcons 7. As we start the second quarter, Matty Ice back on the field. It's a first and 10 from the 35-yard line. Off tackle left, William Andrews. And that's a nice gain of 10 yards. Okay. Matty Ice is thinking, why can't we go for a big play here too? We'll go to Roddy White long on play action. Incomplete. And we have an injured player. That's Washington, but he will remain in the game. Looks like he's favoring his toe. Check his shoes. Second and 10. Ball to 46 now. We'll give it to Pegram. Short pass. It's there. And he gets a bunch of yards. 17.
Holding offense.
But it's coming back.
78, 10-yard penalty.
Ken called for holding. It's holding on the defensive player a little closer, like he was a Barbie doll. Boom. Okay, here we go. Second and 20. Medium out. Ryan threw to Crumpler, incomplete. Third and 1. We're gonna go long, and we're gonna go to Julio Jones. Caught, first down. Jones with a 27-yard gain. Daniel on the stop at the 38. He needed 20 on third and 20 and got 27. First and 10 for the Falcons at the Colts 38. That's why I accidentally said Colts. How about a trap left to Andrews? Fumble. Recovered by White, gained a little more yardage for 10 yards total, and that's a gain of 10. When you total that all up, it's now second in inches from the 28. We will go White on play action long pass and try to get a score right here. It's good, and it's 6. Roddy White And here's the point after. It's good. And we're dead even again, 14-14. Wilkins back deep for the Colts. And he takes it, will return it. And he returns it to the 22. Out comes Peyton Manning again. 7 for 10, 127 yards. Matty Ryan warming up too. He's 6 for 11 for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Manning also with 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the 22. The give is to Falk on a attempted screen pass, but it's incomplete. Tuggle was giving Manning chase there. And it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Manning's going to run, and he gains 3 yards.
Defense, number 87, 5-yard penalty.
Beforehand, they get Humphrey for encroachment, and they'll take the 5-yard penalty and make it 2nd and 5. Incomplete. Again, it was Manning looking for a running back, which I believe was Marshall Faulk. And it's now 3rd and 5 from the 27. This time they get it to Faulk, but there's a marker
Grabbing
down.
the face mask. Defense, number 56, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
It was an 11-yard gain, and they'll add 15 more for the face mask. And just like that, the Colts are in Atlanta territory again, 1st and 10 at the 47. This give is to Johnson. Johnson picks up 4. Deion Sanders makes the tackle. And they have been very successful offensively, the Colts have, even with prime time at one of those corner positions. 2nd and 6 at the 43 now. Looking for Johnson, and that's an incomplete pass. Brooking on the coverage. We'll make it 3rd and 6 now from the 43. And that is caught by Harrison. A gain of 7. Sanders makes the tackle. 1st and 10, ball now at the Falcon, 36. They give to Falk, and Falk picks up a yard. Tuckle makes the stop for Atlanta. Now a 2nd and 9 at the 35. Incomplete. Case nearly intercepted it for the Falcons, and it's 3rd and 9 from the 35 now. And a sack, Jarrett. And they lose 6. So it's 4th and 15 from the 41. And I am going to let the punt roll here. I'm thinking it'll be a touchback. McAfee. Oh, it was a coffin corner punt down at the 3. So Pat McAfee with a very nicely done punt. 8:35 left till halftime. Okay, time not to do anything stupid here. If you're the Falcons, a dive to William Andrews, number 31. The animation will not accurately reflect the play there. For some reason, when a team is backed up to their own end zone, the animation doesn't run properly. It's a gain of 4. Freeman on the tackle. So Atlanta with a little bit of running room now. Off tackle right, William Andrews. And that's a nice gain. 10 yards. Move it out to the 17. How about a quick hitch to Algie Crumpler? Incomplete. We'll go Andrews on a sweep right. And he's got a nice gain. Another nice gain of 13 yards. He's been running wild so far today. He's at 10 carries, 76 yards, and we still got plenty of room to go in the second half. Trap left, Eric Pegram. Gain of 6 yards. Freeney on the stop for the Colts. So Atlanta getting it done on the ground. Off tackle right, William Andrews. Colts bunch in, and that's a loss of a yard. And the Bluebirds are out in Atlanta. And we'll go medium hitch Roddy White on 3rd down. Caught. They get the first, but just barely. Buchanan on the tackle. How about Andrews with an off tackle to the right? And a nice gain for Andrews. Another one, 13 yards. That's a season high now for Andrews rushing the ball, and we still have 4 minutes left to the half. 88 yards rushing. We'll go Pegram screen pass. Try to catch the Colts off guard. And that's a gain of 5. And we'll go Roddy White on a short slant on 2nd and 5. Incompleted. And now 3rd and 5. Man in motion, short pass to... Oh, this is going to be a tough one. White. We'll go to Roddy White. And it's caught. And it's a gain of 10. So we'll move the chains again. 2:27 left till the half. We will not run a play again until the 2-minute warning. Score still dead even at 14 apiece. Atlanta has outgained the Colts as of this moment, 206 to 169. Medium slant to Julio Jones. And it's there. 19 yards. Jones finally makes the stop at the 19. 13, I should say, for a gain of 19. With a $1:52 on the clock, Atlanta will hurry to the line, go no huddle. How about a medium pass to Roddy White? The receiver's having a good day for the Falcons, and that will continue. And they try to tear the roof of that cheer at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Here's the point after. Matty Ice to Roddy White, and it's 21-14. Colts will get it back, and they have plenty of time. 1:26 on the clock. Each team with all 3 timeouts. Atlanta did not have to expend any of theirs in those plays leading up to the touchdown. Here's Wilkins back deep. It will be returned. Takes it from about the 5, actually the 3, and he moves it out to the 35. Well, if anybody is a master of getting a 2-minute drill going, it's Peyton Manning. I once saw him on a Monday night in Tampa playing the world champion Tampa Bay Bucks on a Monday night game. I'm sure many of you have seen it, that they had a 35-14 lead, Tampa Bay did, in the last 5 minutes of the 4th quarter, and Manning got them 3 touchdowns, and they eventually won in overtime that game 38-35. If that game's on YouTube, you should go watch it. Peyton Manning put on a show in those waning moments. Probably one of his best works. 1st and 10, ball to 35. It's a screen to Clark. Clark's going to get out of bounds. That was, let's see, a gain of 17 because the play-by-play marker cuts off what the gain was. 1st and 10 now at the Falcon 48, 1:03 to go. It's a screen to Johnson to pick up a 3. And it will not call a timeout, but I'm sure the Colts will, and they do. They have 2 left, 56 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 7 at the 45. Manning, looking. It's going to be picked. Yes. Ray Brown with the interception. And now Atlanta has 49 seconds and 3 timeouts to do a little work of their own, but Indianapolis gets the ball to start the second half, so they might just risk it here. How about a screen to William Andrews? And that's going to be a gain of 8. They'll call timeout. 40 seconds to go. We'll go medium out, and we will look for Mr. Roddy White, who's having a heck of a game so far. 3 catches for 51. They didn't throw it to him. They threw it to Andrews again, and he gained 8, and he got out of bounds. 33 seconds left. How about a long slant to Julio Jones? Not caught. Incomplete. 26 seconds left to go. I don't know why the fans were cheering that. Medium out to Roddy White on 2nd and 10, and that's not caught. Okay, 23 seconds left. They're at their own 30. We're going to draw to William Andrews. Maybe that will get something. And he gets 5 yards. Indianapolis burns a timeout, which kind of was the design to leave them with 1. Here's Washer back deep to punt. And it's another nice punt, 50 yards. Wilkins takes it from the 15 to the 21, 7 seconds left. So everybody goes back now. For the Falcons, I'm going to play 3-1 quarter prevent. And they give it to Johnson. And that's going to be the half. Your score, Atlanta 21, Indianapolis 14. Hello everybody, Big Paulie with you to start the second half of play. It's 21-14 Atlanta. The next video I'll have out will be our next game, which I believe will be Cincinnati and Cleveland, just not thinking of it offhand. And that will be up at 8 o'clock tomorrow on this very same channel. I don't have any other projects today other than this game. And we will finish it up. 21-14 Atlanta, your score. Atlanta has 259 yards of total offense. The Colts have 194. And William Andrews having the biggest game probably stat-wise. He has 13 rushes, 93 yards, 4 catches, 31 yards. We'll kick this baby off. Here's Wilkins back deep for the Colts. Then the white squares, Atlanta in the dark. And it's a gain of 19 as Wilkins took it from the 5 to the 24. Case on the tackle for Atlanta. Peyton Manning, 11 for 19, 165 yards. He's thrown 1 interception, which he seems to have done a bit in this HTFL season. He threw 4 last week, also throwing 4 touchdowns. And he had 2 touchdowns in this game, first half already. And we'll give it to him 1st and 10 at the 24. And it's a give to Johnson. Johnson picking up 1 yard. Let's look at Johnson real fast. Anthony Johnson out of Notre Dame. Played on those teams with Lou Holtz, their head coach. Remember that. And it's now 2nd and 9, ball to 25. Manning drops back to Anthony Johnson again for a 16-yard gain. And this time Jesse Tuckle makes the tackle. 1st and 10, ball to 41. And they look for Falk, and they can't get it to Falk. Incomplete. Falk, of course, went on to play with the St. Louis Rams and took them to a couple of Super Bowls through his superb running and receiving and the throwing of Kurt Warner. 2nd and 10, ball to 41. Manning looking for Harrison.
Offense. Number 75, 10-yard penalty.
And Hinton tried to give him a little more time, but they flag him for holding and will take the penalty. 2nd and 20. Manning in a shotgun. He throws for Dallas Clark, but he threw it into coverage. Johnson out of the game with a thumb injury, and they say he will return in a few plays. They bring a 3rd wideout in, so it's Hilton, Wayne, and Harrison. You're at your wideout spots. A 3rd and 20 at the 31. Manning throws incomplete, looking for Reggie Wayne. Atlanta will set up for a return. And a pretty decent return for Tim Dwight. He picks up 9, moves it out to the 35. 1st and 10 Atlanta with 12:42 left in the 3rd quarter. I'm going to play double tight end and really try to emphasize the run here. I'm going to trap it left to Andrews to start things out, and that's a gain of 4. Bickett makes the stop. We'll go off tackle right, Eric Pegram. And he's got a 1st down if it holds.
Holding offense.
It doesn't.
Number 68, 10-yard penalty.
So Atlanta forced back 10. That costs them a 1st down. 2nd and 16. I'm going to just keep running the ball. William Andrews, pitch to the right. He breaks loose, and he's over 100 on the day. He picks up 9. I have a feeling I can really wear this Colt defense down by running the ball frequently. But I can't do it here on 3rd and 7, so I'm going to go medium out to Roddy White. Incomplete. Tried an underneath pass to Risen, so the Colts will get the ball back on a punt. All things going to Hoyle. Here's Bosher. And that is returned by Wilkins for 10 yards after a punt of 52. So Bosher and McAfee having a little bit of a punting duel. They've each done pretty good. 1st and 10, ball to 20. Here's Manning again for the Colts. He throws. It's caught. A gain of 26. Wayne catches it. Reggie Wayne on the long fly at the 47. We'll look at Wayne. He's out of the U, Miami of Florida. 1st and 10, ball to 46. Manning again goes long. This time Wayne again, 23 yards. I think Atlanta would have gotten wise to that the next time after they did it the first time. Another long pass, 2 long flies in a row. Grimes on the stop. 1st and 10 at the 31. Screen to Falk, and Falk is going to have 6 yards. Falk has 4 catches, 36 yards on the day. He's got 4 rushes for 26 as well. 2nd and 4 to 25. We'll give it to Falk, or Manning will give it to Falk. I'm not controlling Indianapolis. I'm controlling the Atlanta offense. And occasionally, if it's a no-brainer play, I will call their defense. It's a gain of 2. 3rd and 2 at the 23. Manning looks and finds Dallas Clark, and that's a gain of 9. Move it to the 14 of Atlanta now, as Indianapolis looks for that equalizing score. 1st and 10. This is to Anthony Johnson, and Anthony works for 4 yards. And that moves it out to the 10. Sounds like a Billy Joel song. 2nd and 6 from there to Falk, but there's a marker down. Hold everything.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, 2nd down.
Okay, forget you saw that play. It will not count. 2nd and 6 from the 10 again. Manning looking.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 25.
Couldn't find Clark, but that's
Automatic.
pass
1st
interference.
down.
And that will put it at the 1 automatically since it was in the end zone. And with 6:13 left in the 3rd quarter, Indianapolis really knocking on the door now like somebody collecting a bill. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 1. Here's Falk, and he's in. Touchdown Colts. With the extra point, they could tie the game. Here's Vanderjagt, and he gets it. And we're dead even at 21 apiece. This will change the strategy for the Falcons a little bit, but Dwight is back deep for the kickoff, and he catches it around the 5, and a nice return at 30. It's now 1st and 10 at the 35. I'm thinking it might be time to throw the bomb. And we'll go to Julio Jones, number 11. There it is. And there that is. Boom goes the dynamite. Julio Jones, 65 yards, and just like that, Atlanta takes the lead again. Here's the point after, and it's 28-21. So the Colts now, again trailing by 7 after that drive. They put a lot of effort into tying the game, and it all evaporates on one play. Might be a backbreaker for him. Here's Wilkins back deep. And the return is going to be a nice one all the way down to the 32, but it's going to come back on a hold. Adams got called for holding after a 67-yard return, so a lot of big plays right now. 1st and 10, ball to 21. Here's Manning, marker down.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Even the penalties are big plays right now as Kearney gets called for a 15-yard face mask. Move it to the 36 for a 1st and 10 play. And that is to Wayne. Wayne with a 19-yard gain. Reggie Wayne now 3 catches, 68 yards, so he's quickly moved into the hunt. as far as receiving leaders for the Colts. Clark has the most catches, 5 right now for 63. Manning now 17 out of 28, 264, 2 touchdowns and a pick. First and 10 at the 45. And that's caught, and that is Reggie Wayne. Another 16-yard gain. He's at 84 right now on his 4th catch of the day. First and 10 at the 29 to Falk, and Falk has 13. So both these teams trading shots like heavyweights. First and 10 at the 16. And that's Falk again. He picks up 6 yards. Move it to the 10. Second and 4 from the 10. Falk, and he's going to be trapped behind the line for a 1-yard loss. Hall made the stop for Atlanta, the defensive tackle. Third and 5 at the 11. Falk again, and nowhere near the first down as Kearney stops him for a 2-yard loss. They'll try a field goal from 30. Here's Vanderjagt, and he's good. And it's 28-24. We have $1:08 left to the third quarter ends. Dwight back deep for Atlanta. Taken by an up back. And that was Butler to the 27. 53 seconds left now in the quarter. We'll trap it right. William Andrews. And that's a gain of 8 as he was just bouncing off defenders there. We're going to go long pass to Roddy White. Not there, incomplete. 3 seconds left now until the end of the third quarter. We're going to go screen pass, William Andrews. And that's good for 7, and that'll end the third quarter. Your score, Atlanta 28, Colts 24. Back with you now, Big Paulie, coming back to you here. Start this fourth quarter of play. It's 28-24 Atlanta, as I was just mentioning. Ball at the 42 for a first and 10 play will go William Andrews off tackle right. That's a gain of 3. He's at 117 yards on the day. Second and 7. Let's give it to Andrews again, off tackle left. 2 yards. And it's third and 5. Matt Ryan has not done badly passing the ball. He's got 4 touchdown passes, 15 to 26 for 236. And at the moment, we'll go medium fly to Julio Jones. Caught, first down. That's a gain of 13. Jones now with 124 yards receiving, which is a season high. Move it to the 40 of the Colts for a first and 10. And we will bring in 2 tight ends. We'll go Crumpler on a short slant. He would be 83, and he caught it 8 yards. Ball to 32 now. And we will off tackle right it to William Andrews. That's been one of the better plays that we've had in this game. And it's a gain of 7. Falcons now milking the clock with 12:07 to go. Dive play to Andrews. He goes straight ahead for 5. See here if I could take him out of the game for a play or two and go to Jamal Anderson. Put him in, and we'll trap him to the right. Jamal fumbles, and the Colts have it.
Is under review. The ruling on the field stands.
Well, that was a bad time to make a substitution. Jamal Anderson fumbles. Played on that 98 team that went to the Super Bowl. Shocked the world by beating the Minnesota Vikings. That game is on YouTube if you ever want to see it. That was a great game. First and 10, ball to 22 now for the Colts, who need a touchdown to go ahead. Manning, he's going to fire it deep. He's got Reggie Wayne again, 53-yard gain. He's now at 137 yards receiving. And Looked like Grimes may have made the tackle. Peyton Manning now at 346 on the day. 346 yards on 31 throws, 20 completions. First and 10, ball to 25.
False start. Offense. Number 63, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Jeff Saturday thought it was Friday and got called for an offensive false start. First and 15, ball to 30. Screen to Johnson, Anthony Johnson. He picks up 16. That's a season high now for Mr. Peyton Manning, 362 yards passing. And he could be closing in on 400 before this game's over. Ball to 14 for a first and 10. And it's Falk, and he picks up 5, which moves it to the 9. Second and 5 from there. Again, Falk straight ahead, jackhammering his way through the line. And that's another 5-yard pickup, but he will be short of the first down by inches. Third down, ball to 4. And Falk cannot pick up the first down. He loses a yard. So again, the Colts kick. Here's Vandercheck from 22, and it's good. 28-27 Falcons lead. Here's the kickoff to Dwight for Atlanta. And Dwight has a nice return of 33. And we will put, William Andrews back in the game for a first and 10, and we will off-tackle him to the right. And that play has been working wonders for the Falcons all game long. That's a pickup of 8. 6:54 to go. I'm going to throw a long pass here to Julio Jones.
Pass
no
interference,
catch, but
defense.
pass interference call against the Colts.
Automatic, first down.
Daniel with the PI, and it's now first and 10 at the 39. Sweep to the right, William Andrews. Gain of 3. 28-27. Trap right, William Andrews. Another pickup of 7, and it's a first down. Indianapolis challenging the spot.
For the review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Okay, so Atlanta gets told no, it was not a first down, it was a third down because he did not make the yardage needed. As Indianapolis uses their sole challenge. Stop me if you heard me say this before, but in HTFL football, each team gets one challenge. All scores and all turnovers are looked at by the replay booth. You could use that one challenge for any other call. Third and inches, ball to 29. We're going to set up like we're going to run the ball, but instead, medium play action pass to Julio Jones, number 11. And it's caught. Gain of 15. Move the chains. Ball to 14. And we'll go Andrews off tackle right. That's a gain of 2, but we have an injury on the other side of the play, and that was to Julio Jones. His return will be probable. William Andrews went over 150 yards on that play. But now, Roddy White will come into the game and be the top wide receiver, and Andre Rison comes in and will be number 2 on the wide receiving chart for the time being. Second and 8 at the 12. We're going to go right to Rison, medium slant. It's there, and it's 6. Andre Rison. No bad moon rising for the Falcons. Here's the point after. And it's 35-27 now. Indianapolis still in the game. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie, but it's doable. Wilkins back deep for the Colts. He returns it. Got it out past the 20.
Receiving team,
but
10-yard penalty.
Pollock gets called for holding, and that will move them all the way back to their own 9. Pierre Garçon enters the game as a wideout for the Colts. He'll be a 4th wideout. First and 10 at the 9. They give it to Falk, and Falk with a wide open rushing lane with all the wide receivers and defensive backs in the game. He picks up 8. Second and 2 at the 17. That's caught by Garcon for 15 yards. And move it out now to the 32, first and 10. They give it to Falk on a screen, and he picks up 1 yard. And didn't quite see who was there in defense for Atlanta. Second and 9 at the 33 with 3:20 to go. Falk up the middle for 7 yards. And it's now 3rd and 2 from the 40 with 2:57 to go. But a marker down.
Defense.
Oh, that's
Number
a first down.
97, 5-yard penalty.
Bad luck for the Falcons as Kearney gets called for an offsides, and that gives them the first down. First and 10 at the 45 now. Incomplete. Looking for Falk. Make it 2nd and 10 from the 45.
Holding. Offense. Number 63, 10-yard penalty.
And we will take it. 2nd and 20. Manning. Looking but cannot find number 13, which would be T.Y. Hilton. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was. He's from Florida International. And now it's 3rd and 20 from the 35. Screen to Falk, and Falk picks up 6 of those 14 yards. Manning staying in with 2:24 left in the game, and I can't blame him. 4th and 14, ball at the 41. A throw, but Hilton could not hold on. And Atlanta in good shape now with 2:17 left in the game. They lead by 8, but each team with 3 timeouts. Colts will also have the benefit of a 2-minute warning timeout, which they could basically use as a timeout here. We'll go William Andrews trap left. And that's good for 4 yards. We'll take it to the 2-minute warning. And the Colts allow it. 2 minutes left. It's 35-27 Atlanta. They look to go 2-1 on the year. Trap right, William Andrews. And no gain. That was his 26th rush of the game. He's at 155 yards. A 3rd and 6. I'm going to bootleg with Matt Ryan. And he picks up 3. Colts have called 2 timeouts on successive plays. They have 1 left. And here's the situation. You got a $1:48 on the clock. You got Matt Bryant, who's about 50-50 from here. It'd be a 51-yarder. For the Bucks, one day in the aughts against the Philadelphia Eagles, he had a 62-yarder. Here he is. If good, they have an 11-point lead. They got it. And it's 38-27. So Wilkins back deep for the Colts. Got it to 5, and he moves it out to the 29. First and 10 for the 29. Here's Peyton Manning. He's looking, and this might be another interception. It is. Grant Grimes. And that might do it for the Colts. We're going to play it safe, and we're going to give to Andrews because the Colts still have a timeout left. Go very slow to the ball. We're going to take a knee with Matt Ryan. And Colts aren't even going to use their last timeout because they have done the math and they have figured out there's no way to end that they will be able to get the ball back. And your final score, folks, Atlanta 38, Indianapolis 27. And there you see the scoring summary. It was a nice back and forth game for a while. And then the Falcons got going with that long pass from Ryan to Julio Jones seemed to change things. Colts can only get 2 field goals. They cut it to a point difference. and then Ryan the Rison and the Bryant field goal from 52, and your Falcons come away the rightful 38-27 winners. Our next video will be tomorrow night, airing at 8 o'clock, Saturday night, which would be June the 20th. And it will indeed be Cincinnati and Cleveland, the Battle of Ohio. I tape these games a little ahead of time, so I'll be taping it around between 5 to 6, and I will put it up at 8 o'clock. I have no other videos in the interim, and then I take a day off for Sunday, and then when we come back next week, Miami will go on the road to play St. Louis, and then Tampa Bay goes on the road to play New Orleans. Those are your next 3 games: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday. Again, your final score: Indianapolis losing to Atlanta 38-27. This has been Big Paulie coming to you, and we'll talk again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.